Brigita has a super cute space, and I said, hey, why don't I come over and just get it finished? And that's what we're gonna do today. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about how to warm up your white and gray and black apartment, because most people right now, if you're renting an apartment, you have white walls and there's a lot of white out there. It's pretty stark. Let's talk about how to warm that up. So let's get started. I am here with Brigita from Tidal Foods. She is the angel that is supporting 800 seniors with their meals every month over at Tidal Foods. We did a video about that a few weeks ago, and I'll link to that below. And if you can contribute anything to the local community, I'm just gonna walk you through what I'm thinking about here in this space, and then we're gonna head over to HomeSense and just fill in the blanks. It's gonna be another magical decorating fairy one-day makeover today. All right, so here we are in this really cute little living room. She bought the furniture from the show suite and then moved it all over here. So this is apparently staying, and that's okay. I mean, it's brown, it goes with the brown brick. I don't mind it, it's okay. Now, over here, we need a bigger rug, right? This is a 5x7. What we need here is a 6x9. We want to move this out a little bit so we can put a lamp in the corner with an end table. And then we need a few more pieces of art for the wall. Also, it would be great to add some color. Okay, you can tell a designer put this together because we have chairs that don't actually match the dining room table. So it's a really cute little coordinated modern set. I think it's really great. We just need a vignette here. Okay, the makeover today, it all hangs on the rug. And it wasn't at the last one. So we've just driven 15 minutes. We need it. It's got to have green in it. So we were looking for a green rug, but I have a theory as to why green rugs are currently not here, because green is the next neutral after cognac. They're just gone. So we are doing this one though, because it's a great little comfortable, she needs another chair in there. So we're gonna get the cream one, and then we're gonna do a green vignette instead on the coffee table. So the first thing we noticed when I came in, this was a one-day makeover, okay? So all of this happened in a day because I've been doing this for 25 years. And it's my favorite thing to do. I know how to cherry pick a big box store to get all the right pieces and parts to create a look and a feel. So the first thing I did was I moved the furniture over because she had it up in the corner. That happens a lot with bedrooms as well, by the way. If you have a bed and it's right up against the wall, you want to give it some room to breathe. Move it away from the wall, put a little end table beside it. And here we have this sweet little table that was made for her husband. And we put that there. So now we have a little place for your cup of coffee. And then we immediately added a lamp. You want to always balance the lighting in the room. So you need minimum of 4 lamps in any space. So we moved it over. We then added an end table right here. And then because we have this great little window seat moment here, I actually treated that side. I added a couple pillows, and then over here, her candles, a little plant. So it kind of visually has the feeling of like a sofa table sitting behind the sofa. Now, a faux fur throw is such a great way to cover up a tired looking sofa and just to kind of give some relief to the gray, right? And then we added green, all right? Now, the original rug was way too small, so we really went from a 5x7 to a 6x9. That was the biggest. The bigger the rug is in the space, the bigger the room looks and the more expensive the room looks. So because this was a one-day makeover, we couldn't shop far and wide for a rug. So we ended up with just the cream one, and I have to say, that this little black table really bothered me when it was sitting on top of the old black rug. But now it kind of adds a little texture, and with this sweet little vignette on it, it's super cute. The starting point for adding the color in this room was the green chair. And because it's a pattern, it's a little more custom. If every piece of furniture in your living room is a solid, it just starts looking like we bought it all from Costco, right? Now, the husband, he had to have his recliner. That's okay. You know, that's fine. And we just put a little round pillow on it to soften it up. Nothing wrong. Okay, so then we started with this piece of art that we found. It has this kind of ethereal, is it the sunset, the sunrise? Anyway, Brigita loved it. So that then continued the palette. We added these two little sweet birds, and she already had this piece. So this piece kind of visually picks up the gray sofa, which is great. And then we added these two over here, a couple of throws. Don't forget that throws like this are a really great way to add color to a room. Also, coffee table books. This is a green coffee table book. So again, it visually brings the green to the middle of the room. So then we've got like the green pillow with a little hit of yellow. She loves yellow. And another green throw. And this lamp, super cute. To warm up your white walls, the biggest thing you need is a gallery wall, right? So instantly adding 3 more pieces of art to this wall, and then continuing the vignette over here and wrapping it around this corner, it just kind of makes the whole wall suddenly feel like a mural almost, but it just takes the attention away from the white. So if you're paying attention, you're going to notice that there's a balancing of the green that I've distributed throughout the room, so that the whole pop of color, you know, 60, 40, 10 rule, it doesn't really work. Now, is it 60, 50, 10? I don't even know, but that ratio, I don't use that when I decorate. And I don't know anyone who does, because the color balancing method is a way better way, and you will learn that in my 2-day workshop. Okay, don't forget the vignettes, okay? The 3 essentials to any vignette are flowers, a book, and candles, right? Because if we were to take the away from this coffee table, it's kind of not looking as good. Kind of starts looking more like a tchotchke. So a tray or a coffee table book that matches the room just finishes the vignette and gives the eye a nice place to land. Okay, because I'm obsessed with lamps, I'm completely obsessed with this sweet little moment that we created in the dining room. So first of all, if you were watching my color rescues from last year, I did some makeovers for Wilma's Transition Society, which is a transition house for women and children. And I found these awesome dogwoods from IKEA. 3 in a vase, super cute, and it's seasonal. Make sure you switch out your florals, okay? Now, the other moment here that we did, okay, this little lamp has a cone-shaped lampshade. That's for a reason, so that when you're walking by your dining room, you're not looking at the top of a bulb. Because a small lamp like this, normally, if it was like a drum shade, you'd be looking at that bulb, and we don't want that. We want soft lighting everywhere. So, a couple little books. Immediately elevate the lamp, make it look more special, especially because it is a small lamp. And this is my favorite thing. I wanted this for myself, but it looks so expensive. It looks like marble. Because there are so many rectangles everywhere in our decorating with kitchens, with tables, adding round objects whenever you can is just really fun and playful. I love this. And then I added in some fake fruit. In here, there's enough space to add some bananas or some avocados or some tomatoes, those things that you wouldn't put in the fridge. I love this dining room set. I think it's really great. And so all we did was warm up. We took the gray rug out and we put in this cute little boho rug that just adds some fabulous texture, which is exactly what you want to do to your gray, black, and white apartment. Now, I'm hoping this light will never go on again, okay? Because it's just a glaring light that doesn't give you atmosphere. If you're going to install a drum shade in your house, and there's nothing wrong with a drum shade chandelier. In fact, if all else fails, and you have no idea what light to put above your dining room table, put a drum shade chandelier. It's like denim for lighting. Just make sure that it has a white shade so that you instantly get the same kind of atmosphere as you get when you turn on a lamp like this. So when we arrived, she just had a bunch of stuff sitting on the table. So a lot of people think, well, I don't have room for lamps. Like I live in a small space. I have a tiny little apartment, but here's the thing. Every single table in your house needs a lamp. And now we have this cute little short chubby lamp that you can still look in the mirror and take all your stuff and put it inside your entry table, okay? And then again, we've got the vignette. Look, again, we've got the book, the candle, and the little bohemian floral. Super cute. Now, when you have a cute space like this, it just encourages you to keep everything neat and tidy because it just feels so nice when everything has a spot. Okay, I just want to say one more thing. There's a cord here. Oh, well, it's totally fine. It's a clear cord. It's plugged in there. When you have a dinner party, you take the lamp away. Now, can you get a cordless light bulb? You totally can. But now you're constantly managing keeping that light bulb charged. Like, I would just rather plug it in, keep it on, because this is a townhouse, this is the darkest spot in the house. I would just keep this on 24/7. Like, I'm giving you permission, all right, to keep that atmosphere, keep that glow on 24/7, at least with one light in the darkest corner of your house. Brigita and her husband Tony are full of joy. She called me last night at 8 o'clock because when we were finishing up hanging the art, they had to go for dinner. So when she got back, she called me at 8 o'clock and she was just so happy. And it just makes me so happy to be able to do something like this for a couple, a woman who makes such a difference in the community. I love to contribute to local businesses, and she is doing so much for the seniors, for the homeless, and she deserves to have a home that feels so good. And I was just so thrilled to be able to create this for her.